Restaurants and bars in one of the city's more popular areas to eat and drink struggling under the weight of COVID restrictions. I talked to owners of one of them who wonder what's next and questioned Mayor Lyda Krewson about whether her administration is doing everything possible to lighten the load during the crisis. That is tonight's You Paid For It. Owners of Brasilia Restaurant on South Grand in St. Louis are among those who say the restrictions are a huge challenge to their economic well-being. Rachel Cavallo and her husband says times have been beyond tough.
Our sales had went down about 60% in March from what they were. And then in April, our sales went down 85%. Now they're about 48% less.
Rachel went from 8 workers to 2, her and her husband.
We did have to release a lot of our employees. We didn't have the sales to support them.
What's your view about the city's handling of this?
I think that they're doing the best they can.
I talked to St. Louis Mayor Lyda Krewson about the COVID crisis.
How would you rate your administration's handling of this COVID crisis?
I think we've done an excellent job with this COVID crisis. And these have been tough decisions because nobody wants to make a decision that shuts down business or that results in people being laid off. But we had to make those decisions early on.
The Krewson administration says they've done what they could to cushion the blow to small businesses. The city set aside $4 million in COVID relief funds to help small businesses with $5,000 grants. After prodding from St. Louis Board of Aldermen President Louis Reed, St. Louis recently added another $1.2 million to help those businesses struggling to survive the pandemic. The mayor maintains there was good reason to target bars and restaurants that used to be able to stay open late.
Is working a real hardship on them.
I understand that those folks with 3 a.m. liquor licenses really want to stay open till 3 a.m. because it's lucrative. 30% of our positive cases were for people in their 20s. Another 20% were for people in their 30s. And so we are trying to balance the interest.
George Cavallo says there's one thing that really rubs him the wrong way.
When come time now we have to renew a license, or the license, the state license, city license. They make us pay 100% taxes, whatever tax you want to have to be paying to pay to get the license. But they have to cut our business 25% down, you know? Like right. I asked them, can I just pay 25% of the tax? They say, no, you got to pay 100% of tax to get your license.
The mayor's office says they have no control over the tax. For now, people like the owners of Brasilia are among the many just trying to ride out the COVID storm.
So what do you think about all the restrictions that are in place right now?
I think the restriction, you know, they do the best they could for the safety of the people, you know. I understand that, you know. We are in a dangerous situation now, not only us, but everybody all over the world.
I would say just trying to have a business, a restaurant business at this time has got to be one of the hardest hit.
As for when businesses will be done with the restrictions,
I wish I had that crystal ball, but I don't know.
I don't think anybody has that crystal ball at all anywhere in the world. The Krewson administration says they may be able to do more might have been able to do more to help small businesses, but they say they should have gotten $17 million more from the state in CARES Act funding. They are still fighting to try to get that money. Of course, I'll stay on top of the efforts by the city and the struggles of businesses trying to cope with the crisis. After all, you paid for it.